Hello everyone and welcome to this video. This is actually the very first time you're hearing my real voice. Because in all my previous video the voice was generated by AI. To be honest, I'm a bit nervous about my pronunciation and the way I speak, since my accent might not always match the meaning I want to replace, but I want to try anyway. So please forgive me in advance if my English skills aren't perfect, okay? Alright, let's get into it. Today's video is the full guide for Flins. Now, even though I'm calling it a full guide, but the character is not actually released yet at the time. So I want to be able to show you Flins gameplay directly, but that's fine. I prepared some visuals, and I will do my best at explain Flins skill in a way that's simple and easy to understand. But before we start, I'd like to introduce today's sponsor, Eneba. It's a website where you can top up your games, buy new ones, and a lot more. The best part is you actually get cash back when you make a purchase. I've left the link down in the comment and description, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. Alright, let's start with the basic of Flins. First of all, Flins is an on-field DPS, and he uses the pollen, and his main stat scaling is crit damage. His normal attack talent doesn't really have anything, so we don't need to focus on that. Let's take a look at his elemental skill. When you activate Flint's elemental skill, his normal attacks get infused with electro damage, and the skill itself transforms into special version. Name is Northland Spearstorm. In this mode, Flint will dealing AoE electro damage, and this state lasts for 10 seconds, and the skill has a cooldown of 16 seconds. Let's talk about Flint's burst, which actually has two different modes. In the first mode, when you use it before activating the elemental skill, it costs 80 energy and unleashes a large burst of damage. In the second mode, after you use his elemental skill, it transforms into a special version of burst. This one only costs 30 energy, and of course, every skill I've mentioned so far counts as lunar shard damage. That means Flint's attack ignore enemy death and cannot be boosted by elemental damage bonus or damage bonus effects. Let's move on to Flint's passives. His first passive increases all of his lunar shard damage by 20%. The second passive, Flint gives the elemental mastery equal to 8% of his ATK, up to a maximum of 160 EM. This basically means you'll want to reach around 2000 ATK to take full advantage of it. And finally, his third passive is increased lunar shard damage by 0.7% for every 100 ATK, and up to a maximum bonus of 14%. This means 2000 ATK again. Next, let's talk about how to actually play Flins. As you can see from the rotation guide I've shown on screen, once you finish setting up with your teammates, you just switch to Flins and follow the sequence shown. This is basically the standard rotation that Flins will use in almost every team. Okay, let's move on to the weapon recommendation for Flins. For 4-star options, if you have a Deathmatch R5, congratulations, because it's actually comparable to many 5-star weapons. And for free-to-play players, you can simply craft the Prospector, which works really well too. As for 5-star weapons, of course, his signature weapon is the strongest choice. But if you already have other 5-star polyps sitting in your account that match the ones I've shown on screen, you can definitely use those as well. Alright, next let's talk about artifacts for Flint. The best set for him is Night of the Skies Unveiling, since it boosts crit rate, EM, and even it increases lunar reaction damage. But if you don't use their sets, there are two alternatives. First is Malicious Center, but this works only you have a Furina on the team. And the second is Gilded Dreams. However, both of these are weaker compared to the first set or a Night of the Skies Unveiling. Okay, now let's move on to team building and recommended stats for Flint. For the basic stat targets, I would recommend aiming for around 2.5k ATK, 70% crew rate, 140% kit damage, and 120 to 150% energy recharge, depending on your team setup. The more battery characters you have in the team, the lower you need. And lastly, having a bit of EM is nice, but it's not a priority, since Flins already gens a good amount of EM from his own kit. As for team building, you should always include at least 2 characters from Nordcry in the team, so that the Moonside effect upgrades into Ascendant Gleam. If Flint is the only Nordcry character in your team, you will lose a huge amount of damage. That is everything for Flint Sky. Thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe, and good luck with your pulls.